Now, many of you know that Nio announced their Q2 earnings, which we have discussed on the video before this one. Now, during the live earnings call, the CEO unveiled quite a number of things over and above the earnings that we saw, or the financials that we saw for Q2. And one of these things is to confirm that Nio, Onvo's second launch, is coming on the 19th of September. That's in 2 weeks' time, which is something that is pretty exciting, because that launch is the formal official launch for the model, where we are going to see the price of the model without bus. And the Nio CEO indicated that the starting price for the Onvo might be slightly lower than the price that they announced during the first launch. Now, another important thing that he announced, or the CEO said during the live earnings call about Onvo, is they are preparing to deliver at least 10,000 deliveries for Onvo only this coming December. So now until December, Nio will be selling below 10,000 of the Onvo sub-brand, but in December they are preparing to get at least 10,000 Onvo deliveries, and sometime next year they are planning the Onvo total monthly deliveries to reach 20,000. This again, it's something that is pretty exciting. I mean, we already projected that this year they might get to up to 10,000, and to see a Nio CEO coming and confirming this, it is something that is pretty exciting. Now, when it comes to the gross margins of Onvo gross margins for the long term are around 15%. This is also incredible, because Onvo, or Nio's plans with Onvo, is to get gross margins of 15%, whereas for the Nio brand, Nio is targeting to get gross margins, or the long-term gross margin target is 25%. This is incredible. This is amazing, because it shows that Nio gross margin, or Nio's main brand gross margins, will continue rising or going up, which is something that is so amazing to see. Now, in terms of the long-term plans for Nio for monthly deliveries, Nio CEO unveiled that they are planning, or their target is to sell roughly around 40,000 units or 40,000 vehicles on a month-to-month, which I think that this is also very much possible. I mean, Nio, you will know that they don't have to really cut a lot and lots of prices from their cars to be able to compete with other vehicles, but they can play around your battery swapping station prices, which is what we saw them do in March after the battery price adjustment. We saw tons and tons of orders coming in because of the new battery cost rental. So Nio, I have no doubt that they can get to these 40,000 monthly deliveries for the Nio brand, and get 20,000 deliveries for the Onvo sub brand. This to me, it's incredible. We look forward. The future looks bright for Nio, and those that are persevering will definitely be rewarded. Now, another thing that the Nio CEO during the live earnings call, which he revealed, is that Nio is currently building factory number 3, and production onto that factory is expected to start or begin in Q3 of 2025. I think that is the factory that will allow Nio to get to the 40,000 monthly deliveries, because that factory, Nio has said, or the Nio CEO has said already, that it will be also producing Onvo and Nio main brand. We still don't know where the Firefly sub brand will be coming from, or if there will be another factory for that. It's pending confirmation. There are rumors that there is a 4th factory, but that one is still pending confirmation from Nio. Now, during this very same live earnings call, something interesting which the Nio CEO also uttered was, in the next 2 years, he see the NEV penetration in China exceeding 80%. So what he's basically saying that out of all the total car sales in China, 80% of those cars will be new energy vehicle cars, whilst 20% will be gas cars, which shows you where China is heading in terms of vehicle sales, right? And he said Nio will be well positioned for that kind of a market. He said that Nio will be ready when the markets get there. Nio will also be ready and will be selling these 3 brands under, of course, Nio, which the first brand will be the Nio main brand, then Onvo sub-brand, then Firefly sub-brand, which we look forward to that. Blue sky is coming again, and I think those that are persevering will definitely be rewarded in the long term. Now, the CEO of Nio also indicated by this December they will be having a total of 200 Onvo stores in China, where already 100, you will know that they are already in place, and Nio said they were spending lower than 1 million RMB to renovate each store, and with the next 100 batch of stores which are expected to open between now and December, they are going to even spend even less than what they are spending now on these existing stores, which is something that shows you that it's not even costing Nio that much to open the stores of Onvo, which is something that is pretty exciting, and we look forward to the kind of sales, of course, that these stores will bring to Onvo. You will know that Nio at the moment they've got 408 Nio spaces, 161 Nio houses, 351 service centers with 63 delivery centers, which it shows you of the kind of facilities that Nio is already having in China, and adding the 200 Onvo spaces. This shows us the kind of effort that Nio is putting, making sure that they are known, they are well known out there, which will be the one thing that also fuel Nio into going to more success, right? Because when it simply means that you will find Nio houses, Nio spaces almost everywhere in China, of course, which will make it easier for those that want to go buy Nio to go into those spaces, those that want to go buy Onvo cars to go to those spaces and be able to do that, because there will be enough places where you can go view the Nio cars, view the Onvo cars, and make a purchase. Now, with service centers, or with the 351 service centers, those that buy Onvo cars will also be using the very same service centers. Nio is going to adjust and cater for Onvo on these very service centers, so we can safely say that Onvo will also have these 351 service centers which they can go when they are servicing their car, or when their cars are due for service, which is something that is also pretty amazing. So these are some of the things that the Nio CEO said during the live earnings call. I think these are very important news. I was excited when I was reading this kind of news, and because it gives us a clear picture of where Nio could be in the next year, which is something that is pretty exciting. So we look forward to all these things, and most importantly, we look forward to the third factory opening or starting with the production in Q3, because that will allow Nio to be able to sell more cars and be more competitive, which is something that we look forward to. Otherwise, with all that, tell me what you think about this. I think blue sky is coming. Those that are persevering throughout the headwinds of the share price will definitely be rewarded. But today, let me not complain about the share price, because Nio, as I'm doing this video, it's up over 6%, which therefore it's showing that the earnings are really, or the market is reacting positively towards the Q2 earnings, which is something that is pretty exciting, and we hope to see things like this from the market, or reactions like this from the market even in the earnings to come. Otherwise, that's all from me. I wish you nothing but the best in your stock market investing journey, and God bless you all.